global power emerges, others stand up and take notice. India has been flexing its diplomatic muscles to reassert its position with our errant neighbors and even allies. Despite China warning of damaging ties, India allowed Dalai Lama to visit Arunachal Pradesh. In fact, Chief Minister Pema Khandu categorically said China has no business preaching India on what to do. Meanwhile, after Pakistan's move to integrate Gilgit-Baltistan as their fifth province, External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj sharply warned it of all parts of Kashmir being integral to India. Let's not forget, the US had hinted at being willing to intervene to resolve issues between India and Pakistan. However, India sternly responded by saying all disputes will be resolved bilaterally only.
Certainly. I am longest guest of Indian government.
So what would you say?
Right from the beginning, when I reached Kansamani, the Indian government take full care about me.
हिज होलीनेस जो है एक हम लोग एक रिलीजियस लीडर है जो पूरा विश्व भर में पूरा एक रिनाउंड लीडर है, तो इनका जो यहाँ पे जो विजिट है वो टोटली हम लोग का रिलीजन को बेस करके है, यहाँ के लोगों को एक रिलीजियस वे में प्रीचिंग देने का है। और जहाँ तक ये बाउंड्री का जो इश्यूज है, तो मैं तो हमेशा कहता हूँ कि हमारे बाउंड्री जो है चाइना के साथ हम लोग शेयर नहीं करता है, हम लोग बाउंड्री शेयर करते हैं तिब्बत के साथ में।
His Holiness Dalai Lama is in India and our hospitality is well known. Whatever China thinks on this matter is purely an internal matter of China. But as far as India is concerned, we are a sovereign nation. We have a right to deal with a messenger of peace the way we think is appropriate.
The Dalai Lama is a spiritual leader of the Tibetan Buddhist community. He has a right to go and minister to his flock, to go and visit the great monastery of his faith in which the sixth Dalai Lama was born. It is perfectly normal for the Dalai Lama to go, and India should facilitate it. China has absolutely no locus standi in the matter, and we should take a firm stand without being unnecessarily intimidated by their spokesman.
Foreign Affairs Editor Geeta Mohan is joining us with further details on this story. Geeta, it's a no-nonsense, aggressive, assertive approach that India has decided to take with our errant neighbors, China, as well as Pakistan, on a range of issues.
Well, that's right. The fact that India has tried to be more assertive on its foreign policy, and through its foreign policy, the message being sent across to the international community is very clear. On various counts that we are seeing, India has tried to assert herself by ensuring that there is no taking for granted the matters of importance and the matters of pride to India. One, territorial integrity of India cannot be questioned either by China or by Pakistan, be it allowing the Dalai Lama to visit Arunachal Pradesh, which is for China a disputed area and territory, which India has very clearly mentioned as an integral part of India, or for that matter, Pakistan trying to usurp space and trying to make it her own, while that is a part of disputed area between India and Pakistan, which India considers her own. That's the announcing Gilgit-Baltistan as a part of Pakistan, a fifth province of Pakistan. India's contention is only this, and a very simple one at that respect India's territorial integrity, respect India's stand on various issues, and India will do so with her neighbors as well. India has been insisting the same with China. China has been the one, when China speaks of territorial integrity, has been rather disrespectful towards India when it comes to doing and carrying out projects of the CPEC, such as the CPEC in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. So the message loud and clear that this is not a means and way to show disrespect, but only that this has been done through various governments and through many years now, allowing the Dalai Lama to visit a part which is India's, not allowing the Dalai Lama to carry out any political activities, but as a revered spiritual leader, allowing him the space to do so.
Stay with us, Geeta. We're getting a reaction now of External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj.
कि आपने गिलगित बाल्टिस्तान की पाकिस्तान का प्रयास तो देख लिया, क्या आपने हमारी प्रतिक्रिया अभी तक नहीं देखी? अध्यक्ष जी, मैं उन्हें कहना चाहती हूँ कि जिस दिन पाकिस्तान का ये प्रयास अखबार में आया और हमें पता चला, बिना समय गवाए 5 मिनट के भीतर भारत सरकार ने उसको खारिज किया। जो उन्होंने कहा है कि दोनों सदनों का प्रस्ताव है, केवल लोकसभा का नहीं, लोकसभा राज्यसभा दोनों सदनों का, भारतीय संसद का ये प्रस्ताव है कि सारे का सारा कश्मीर हमारा है, पाक अधिकृत कश्मीर हमारा है। मैं सिर्फ भर्तृहरि जी को एक बात कहना चाहूंगी कि आज जो सरकार है वो प्रारंभ से ये नारा लगा रही है उसकी पार्टी कि जहां हुए बलिदान मुखर्जी वो कश्मीर हमारा है, जो कश्मीर हमारा है वो सारे का सारा है। इसलिए इस सरकार के कार्यकाल में एक क्षण भी, इस सरकार के कार्यकाल में ये आशंका करना भी कि हम किसी हिस्से को जाने देंगे, ये अपने आप में बहुत ही गलत है। हम जो संसद द्वारा पारित प्रस्ताव है उनसे भी बंधे हुए हैं और हमने अपने स्वयं के संकल्प से भी बंधे हुए हैं। इसलिए पाकिस्तान का ये कहना कि गिलगित बाल्टिस्तान को हम अपना 5वां प्रदेश बना लेंगे, ये हमें पूरी तरह अस्वीकार्य है और ये मैं संसद में खड़े होकर के कहना चाहता हूँ।
Yes, what the Minister for External Affairs has said is a statement which has a futuristic bearing, considering the interest of the nation. What Dr. Abdullah has said is only an eye on the upcoming poll that he is contesting.
Well, the attempt by the US administration to intervene between India and Pakistan is something which has not been accepted by earlier governments, and I also understand the present government has also not accepted it. The fact of the matter is, according to the Shimla Declaration, we had actually accepted a norm by which all disputes are amicably settled between the two countries concerned.
Back to Geeta, who is still live with us. Geeta, we've spoken, of course, about India's assertive, strong approach with regards to foreign policy vis-a-vis our neighbors on highly contentious issues with regards to China and Pakistan, of course, but even with our allies like the United States. There was that comment from Nikki Haley, which some felt she went out of line by making when she said that India, the United States would like to find its place in the mediation talks between India and Pakistan, and there was a very strong counter which came in from India to those remarks.
Well, that's right. There's a very, she just walked right into that statement by, and that question by a Pakistani journalist when Nikki Haley made that statement of mediation, a plant and a plug that Pakistan tried to put across after a conversation between Donald Trump and Nawaz Sharif, which was later denied by the White House, that there was no such thing or idea of intervention. Now, the U.S. has set the record straight. The State Department responding to the stern statements that have come from the Ministry of External Affairs that there can be no third-party intervention. It might have pleased some quarters in Pakistan, but that does not take away from the fact that for quite a few administrations in the past now in the United States of America, it has been hands-off approach when it comes to Indo-Pak strains and ties, and that continues to be the case. Over here, India asserting herself yet again, saying that there can be no third-party intervention, even if the new Trump administration is mulling or thinking about it. But State Department was quick to respond and came out with a clarification on the faux pas. I would only call it a faux pas made by Nikki Haley, a huge one at that, that created a storm over here in the subcontinent between India and Pakistan. Pakistan welcoming the statement, India sending out a very strong message and a reaction to that statement. But the State Department has come out immediately learning of India's reaction, a clarification as to what really has happened, because India is a very important country and a partner for the United States of America, and America would like to keep it that way given the recent engagements that we've seen between the Foreign Secretary and the top administration officials there, the National Security Advisor and the top administration officials there.
All right, we'll have to leave it at that. Geeta, thanks very much for joining us with all those details.